Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about the art about angling and why, especially with pole work, but not only pole work, angles is very important to master. So here's the scenario. Let's imagine we can't get anywhere near this window. We've got some work going on this house, so we can't go near the window, but there could be any obstacle in the way. As long as the obstacle isn't as high as the closeout of the window, on the bottom window, we can 100% do these panes of glass, as well as the if you wanted to rag the frames, you could do that as well. So number one, wet your washer and put a line of soap on the washer. This is a brand new accelerator. I've actually made it to my special design. It's an 8-inch one, so it's a slight modification, especially made for windows smaller than these to get 100% result. So bypassing obstacles, using the accelerator to outperform any other tool. That's exactly what it's designed to do. Closing out on deep frames, big ledges, low glass, bypassing obstacles, all that. So I'm going to clean these top windows first, and then we'll go do the bottom ones, and I'm only going for 100%. So let's rub the solution in. I'm about 2.5 meters away from this pane of glass, so we're working quite low. Right, so let's get this window done 100%, get the edges done, let's get those bottom corners done. When I'm closing out away from the frame. So another person on YouTube had videos closing out on the frame. Especially for this tool, keep away from the frame. There's a reason why I don't do things. If there was any benefit of closing out next to a frame, then I'll do it, but there's no benefit whatsoever. So listen to the people who know more about how to use this tool. Tradman's a great explainer and demonstrator. There you go, nowhere near that frame. And well, there's me as well. So what we got is difficult to reach windows. There could be anything in the way stopping me getting near that window, but with this tool I can get to where I need to be very conveniently. So let's just let the solution drop off just a little bit. Now when I use my poles, every single one of my poles I've got has an angle arm on, so I'm the master of angles. So when I'm gonna now close out below horizontal to, well, it's below waist height, that's why I always have an angle arm, because you can do so much more with an angle arm with an adjustable accelerator than you can with just an accelerator, but you can do much more with an accelerator than you can do with any other pole tool. So I'm just giving myself more options, more because I work at such a high level, I'm giving myself more benefit by using an angle arm. So the benefit of using, I always use angle arms, because you never know when you're going to need it. If you don't have an angle arm on your pole, then you're limited, and I don't want to be limited. I want to be working at the top of my ability, and I have everything in place to allow me to do that. So now I'm going to close out very low, but I'm going to close out with well, pretty much ease. It's not easy to do, but once you well, I know it inside out. I know what I'm doing, and I've got the talent, so I can do it with reasonable ease. But this is another. Took that edge out there, because I don't know where I'm going to park my clothes out, so I just take the edges out. You know, I'm just talking about advanced pole work. So we're using a variety of size windows, and we've got an obstacle being I can't go near the glass. So we've got the last window here. See, pole work, if you use one side all the time, you get achy and you get tired. But if you can be versatile and change your sides constantly, you never get achy. So let's get those corners taken out, and now I can close out away from the frame. Never close out near a frame. So again, I do the opposite to what most people teach and talk about. I talk about things that hasn't been said before, because I know more and I'm working at a high level than everybody else, so I've got more insight. But I'm giving all this information away for free. So this is another example why this tool is the best tool for the top of the range, top of the level window cleaners. But you can use this tool as a standard squeegee. You know, it's got lots of options. This is the most versatile handle to use, with the channel and the flick as well. There's plenty of different ways how you want to use this tool. I just use it as a bare naked squeegee in the hand, mainly as a rigid tool, but on the pole it's always in a pivot, and most of the time the washer is over the top. So I don't use all the options, but many of the options that, you know, if I use all the options, then I would be then working slower and not as sophisticated. So always two hands is better than working with one. But doesn't mean you've got to work simultaneously with two hands. The left hand does the washing, the right hand does the blading primarily in the hand. But when I'm on a pole, it's always either left side, right side. I share the burden, and my left side is just as good as my right side. But it never used to be, but I persisted and I made it natural. So a little tale about my granddad. He lost his eye. He said he only had one eye most of his life. He had a glass eye, and he was right-handed, so can't remember, I think he lost his left eye, so he had to train writing with his left hand. And then, you know, over time he was a left-handed writer, but everything else was right-handed. So you can train yourself if you want to be versatile and ambidextrous like myself, but you don't have to be. The technique is the most important thing, and then once you've mastered the techniques, and you only get the techniques with these tools and this soap procedure, then you can fly for your techniques, get the work done 100%, and then once you've done that, then you get to the next level, working both left and right-handed. So this is probably as much as I need to talk about with advanced pole work. There's plenty more that I could talk about, but don't want to go on and on. That's probably as much as I can say, really. Thanks for watching, and any questions and comments, let me know.